Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, secondary 1 students everywhere. Today we are going to study the grammar of Unit 1. I am Muhammad Yahya, one of your English teachers at Sharif Private School. Our grammar today of Lesson 1 is the past simple and the past continuous. Let's remind you of the past simple and the past continuous. Let's start with the past simple. Let's know the form of the past simple. The form is the same for all persons. He left at 3 o'clock. They arrived 3 hours ago. In the past simple, we use the verb in the second conjugation. I mean التصريف الثاني للفعل. We have regular verbs and irregular verbs, as you know. The regular verb, we just add ed. But the irregular ones, we must memorize them. This is a past simple. The form is the same for all persons. He left at 3 o'clock. They arrived 3 weeks ago. We have the verb left and the verb arrived in the past simple. We use the past simple with a finished action in the past. We met in 2007. Or actions that follow each other in a story. Mary walked into the room and stopped. Or we use a past simple with a past situation or habit. When I was a child, we lived in a small house by the sea. This is a past habit or a past situation in the past. Most regular verbs add ed to the base form of the verb. Worked, wanted, helped. There are many common irregular verbs. Go, went, meet, met, see, saw, and so on. The time expressions used with the past simple are like last night, 2 days ago, yesterday, and so on. What about the past continuous? We use was or were plus verb plus ing. They were driving to Paris. We weren't waiting for a long time. What were they doing? We use the past continuous to express activities in progress before and probably after a particular time in the past. At 7 o'clock this morning, I was having my breakfast. This situation was going on at a certain time in the past. We also use the past continuous for descriptions. Jane looked beautiful. She was wearing a green dress. Or to express an interrupted past activity. When the phone rang, I was having a shower. Or to express an incomplete activity. I was reading a book during the flight. Okay, dear students, after we have known the form of the past simple and the past continuous, تعالوا نشوف مع بعض ازاي نفرق ونستخدم ال past simple وال past continuous. The simple past is a short action. If used together when interrupted the longer action. لما بنستخدم when ديت بتقطع الحدث الأطول. يعني when بيكون بعدها short action بعد كده longer action. I was walking when he shouted at me. I was walking. This is the longer action. He shouted at me. This is the short action. This action interrupted the other action. I was walking. So بعد when بنحط الحدث الأقصر. He shouted at me. وقبلها طبعا I was walking the longer action. She was folding the papers when she cut her finger. This is another example. They were washing the car when the cat jumped on it. So pay attention. When is used when an action interrupt another action. I was walking, this action was going on, this is the longer action. Then what happened? He shouted at me, this is the short action. When the doorbell rang, we were watching a horror movie. Pay attention, when we use when at the beginning with a comma between the two sentences. When she fell, her husband was holding their baby. Their husband was holding their baby when she fell. Now, you can try to give one example and let us check it. The past continuous, the long action. If used together, while to show something was happening at the time of speaking. He shouted at me while I was walking. So بعد while بنحط longer action الحاجة اللي كانت مستمرة وقبلها طبعا الحدث الأقصر the short action. He shouted at me while she was folding the papers. She cut her finger. The cat jumped on the car while they were washing it. While we were watching a horror movie, the doorbell rang. The doorbell rang while we were watching a horror movie. She fell while her husband was holding their baby. While her husband was holding their baby, she fell. Now, you can, my dear student, give us more examples. Someone grabbed my phone while I was talking to my mom. I was talking to my mom. This is a longer action. What happened suddenly and interrupted this action? Someone grabbed my phone. So, after while, we use the longer action, the action which was going on. While I was talking to my mom, someone grabbed my phone. I was talking to my mom when someone grabbed my phone. Or when someone grabbed my phone, I was talking to my mom. Pay attention to the difference in usage between while and when. I cut my finger while I was peeling the carrot. While I was peeling the carrot, I cut my finger. Or I was peeling the carrot when I cut my finger. Or when I cut my finger, I was peeling the carrot. He hit the pedestrian while he was driving the car. While he was driving the car, he hit the pedestrian. He was driving the car when he hit the pedestrian. When he hit the pedestrian, he was driving the car. She fell while she was skating. While she was skating, she fell. Or she was skating when she fell. Or when she fell, she was skating. However, sometimes there are might situations where long action plus long actions. Yes, sometimes we use while with two long actions. Or we can use when with two short actions. Let's look at the long action plus the long action. The baby was sleeping while the mother was cooking. The two actions were going on together in the past. The mother was cooking while the baby was sleeping. I was driving while my mom was talking to me. My mom was talking to me while I was driving. While he was explaining to me, I was not paying attention. Now, my dear students, you can try. Let's look at more examples of short action plus short action. I went into the shop when I spotted him. I spotted him when I went into the shop. Two short actions. He looked at me when I tried to copy his answers. I tried to copy his answers when he looked at me. The two actions are short. There is no duration. مفيش حدث طويل. مفيش حدث أخذ وقت. I went into the shop when I spotted him. أنا دخلت shop. I spotted him at once. There is no long action here, so we have two short actions. We use when with the two short actions and while with the two long actions. I fell on the ground when he laughed at me. Remember, my dear students, that we can use a gerund after while, or a complete sentence. While I was studying, the light went out. Or I can say, while studying, the light went out. During is followed by a noun. During the match, I fell asleep. or during the film my father entered the room. On, we can use ing or noun after on. On seeing the thief, I called the police, or I ran away on seeing the snake. This is the end of our lesson. Thank you so much.